Hi friends, and now I am going to speak to you on the topic Memorial Day, and it's one of the US federal holiday. We are looking at all the US federal holidays on a chain because my main aspect is in development of knowledge and also for peace. It's a multi-dimensional channel, as you all know. And now what we are going to talk specially about Memorial Day is, and this can be used as an extempore topic for MNC interviews. As you all know, US dominates the world trade because of the financial strength it has, and dollar predominantly dominating the world trade market. So when you talk about this Memorial Day on an extempore speech, it will impress most of the interviewers. Apart from that, for everyone, for all the common man, Memorial Day or Decoration Day is a beautiful day to know about, and it has a lot of significance, and it's also a day which is for honoring the people who died for safeguarding the nation. Even though it's in United States, but still all the soldiers who sacrificed their life because of the love they have on their nation or to be honored on this day. So now let us look at the Memorial Day, and before getting deep into the Memorial Day specifics, I will tell how I am going to cover this video. First, I am going to generally talk about the life sacrifice and also even relevance to Bible, and then I am going to talk about Memorial Day, few points about Memorial Day, then few facts, and then I am going to give some few statistic data of the death which happened on US military on various major wars. All of us know that US is a dominating nation, and it has the most powerful military in the world. Yes, it's true, but still, when it comes as a war, US soldiers also sacrifice their lives to save their nation, and it's their lives which are sacrificed for their fellow men to be free is preventing the right and the freeness of the other US citizen. So now before and at the end, we will also see some quotes which are to honor these soldiers on behalf of us in this video. So now let's go. We are going to start with the Bible words from John chapter 15 verse 13. Says like this: greater love has no than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. This is for quoting Jesus Christ, who died as the only sacrifice for the whole world, for the forgiveness of sin of all the man who on his secret prayer, that is only to Jesus you have to pray and confess your sins, and after that you shouldn't commit that sin as well. On that case, Jesus has spent his life as a price, as a sacrifice in the cross, so that he will forgive you, and during his second coming you will be freed from the judgment or the punishments of the sins. So that's about the perfect sacrifice of life by Jesus Christ, and that's what in John chapter 15 verse 13 it's mentioned. And also for US freedom alone, for the democracy that's in US, to prevent that from the hands of other world powers, a lot of soldiers have died. So to honor them, they had a decoration day, in which they decorate the graves of the soldiers and also strung an American flag. So that's how this started. Now let's get into the details specific. I will be reading out through that. So even though it's boring and my face is somewhere else, manage and watch the whole video. And Memorial Day, also earlier called Decoration Day, which is a federal holiday in United States for honoring and mourning the military personnel who had died while serving in US states armed forces. The holiday is now observed on the last Monday of May. Earlier it was on 30th May, now it's moved to last Monday. Always US people have the passion, or they are very practical people. They always move their holidays towards and join them with the weekend, so that they have a long day for those who celebrate for the particular purpose, and also for those who enjoy their life. And this Memorial Day is also being the go on cookouts with friends day. That's they go out and cook a great meal and have food, and this kind of celebration also happens. And apart from that, it's being one of the main shopping day in US. So this too also, that's why the people who want to do it for the purpose of the day also do that, and also others also get benefited by joining it with the weekend. So that's how Americans are. The first Memorial Day was observed on 30th May 1868 to 30th May 1970. From 1868 to 1970 it was 30th of May, and after that only they have changed it to last Monday. Okay, and many people visit cemeteries and memorials on Memorial Day to honor and mourn those who died while serving in US military. Many volunteers places an American flag on the graves of the military personnel. So on this day, many of them place an American flag on the military personnel's grave. Okay, so that's how they honor their soldiers who died for the nation. And Memorial Day is also considered the unofficial start of summer in United States, while Labor Day, the first Monday of September, marks the unofficial start of autumn, and in British way it should be pronounced as autumn. Here it's autumn. And today, the two other days celebrated, those who have served or serving in US military, or Veterans Day, which honors those who have served in United States Armed Forces. This is not only for dead, for anyone who served, it's Veterans Day. And Armed Forces Day, an unofficial US holiday earlier in May for honoring those currently serving in the armed forces. Those who are on service, is called as Armed Forces Day. This is also a federal holiday. Okay, and facts about Memorial Day. Now we are going to quickly go through some of the facts about the Memorial Day. Memorial Day is also called as Decoration Day because the family members of fallen soldiers decorate their graves with flowers on this day. Okay, and first Memorial Day was celebrated on 30th May 1868 at Lintel National Cemetery at Los Angeles, USA. Then, still World War I, it was called as Decoration Day, as it was celebrated only for those soldiers died in Civil War. There was a war called the Civil War in which many soldiers died. I think that's the war which had the highest fatality rate in the US war history. Okay, and when we look at the statistics, we can look at how many numbers exactly. Okay, and but after World War I, it was for all soldiers who lost their lives for their nation, that's the United States of America. So now it's for all soldiers. So it's from Decoration Day, it's called as Memorial Day, as it's for the memory of all the soldiers. Okay, and now people honor the dead soldiers by flying their flags in half-staff, attend parades, and remember soldiers who lost their lives. In 1967, it was officially named as Memorial Day, and in 1971 it became a federal holiday. And federal holidays are also much weighted by the people who work in call centers and BPOs in India, as they work for their they don't work on US holidays. Okay, and Waterloo, a village in New York State, is declared as the birthplace of Memorial Day on March 7, 1966 by Congress along with President Lyndon B. Johnson. Okay, so Waterloo, a village in New York, is declared as the birthplace of this holiday by Congress and President Lyndon B. Johnson in March 7, 1966. Then red poppy flower, it's a type of flower, is the official flower for Memorial Day. On Memorial Day, these red poppy flowers, with that they will make garlands and they will put these red poppy flowers on the graves of the soldiers and honor them. Why they use these red poppy flowers, that also has a history. And how this practice came in is, the practice of decorating graves with poppies was inspired by the poem released in 1951 by a Canadian soldier, John McCrae. This John McCrae is a poet, physician, artist, and also a soldier who died or sacrificed his life in World War I. And the poem is named as In Flanders Field, and it is associated with Veterans Day and the Memorial Day. Okay, the In Flanders Field, when published, within months it became most popular poem of the war. Its powerful use of symbol of the poppies blooming from the chund earth led to the tradition of to this day of the poppies as a symbol of remembrance of those who killed in service. So this poppy flower is mentioned in this poem, and as this poem became very popular within few days, and it's also the only best, it's one of the best poem about war. These poppies are being used, and it's now an official flower in the Memorial Day. So the credit goes to the Canadian soldiers John McCrae, who is a multi-talented person. He is not only a poet, he is a physician, and he is an artist, and he has also served and lost his life. And he has so loved his nation so that he lost his life for the well-being of others. And now, as I said, I will be running through the statistics figures. So these are some of the number of the bravehearts who died in the war for their beloved motherland of democracy, that is USA. This is not the figure of both the countries. It's only the figure of the US people who died for their nation. And the Revolutionary War from 1775 to 1783 had deaths of about 4,435 US military soldiers, and war in 1812, which lasted up to 1815, had a fatality of about 2,260 US military deaths, and Indian War 1817 to 1819 had about 1,000 US military deaths, and the Civil War 1861 to 1865 had the highest death rate, that is 498,332 US military soldiers. In the British way, we can say it as 498,332 US military deaths. Spanish-American War 1898 had a fatality rate of about 2,446 US military deaths, and World War I 1917 to 1981 had a death rate of about 116,516 US military deaths. In British way, it's said to be 116,516 US military deaths. World War II 1941 to 1945, 405,399 US military deaths. In British way, it's 4,05,398 military deaths. Korean War 1915 to 1953 had about 54,246 US military deaths. And Vietnam War in 1964 to 1975 had about 90,220 US military deaths. Persian Gulf War 1990 to 1991 had about 1,565 US military deaths, and the Global War on Terrorism 2001 to present had about 6,915 US military deaths. And now we can go to some of the quotes in honor of those who sacrificed their lives for saving the nations. And it's like, the quotes are as follows: a nation will remember the land to be to the free only so long as it is the home of the braves. And I'm going to repeat again: a nation will remember the land of the free will remain the nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the braves. So this says that a nation will have freedom, and even though we call United States as the motherland of democracy, as the most supreme power in the world, as a well-equipped military and all those, still it requires the sacrifice of lives of these many braveheart soldiers to be a free land in the world. Otherwise it will be a colony of some other country. And it doesn't take a hero to order men into battle. It takes a hero to be one of those men who goes into the battle. It says that only the higher commander is not a hero. Although the frontward marching soldiers, they are the brave heroes. The legacy of heroes is the memory of a great name and the inheritance of a great example. The legacy, or that's a legendary thing, the topmost achievement a soldier gets is the other people remembering his name. That's the biggest achievement. And a hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than that. So they have sacrificed their own life for something which they believe to be bigger than that. And apart from this video, I have I don't know how many of them know. I am from India, And in India, I live in India is a country in Asia, and in that I live in a state called Tamil Nadu, which has in there the major city Chennai is the place where I am living in. But right now I am in at Thoothukudi, which is also a main port. Those who know about trade and commerce will know about Thoothukudi, and I am making this video from my hometown Thoothukudi, as I am working from home because of this corona pandemic operations. They initially asked to those who want to go to their natives, they can go and work from home. So I choose to work from home, and I am here. And now they have blocked all the state borders, and this is also a very big epidemic loss. We have lost more than 52 lakh of people all over the world. We have seen only one part, the sacrifice of US military soldiers, but there will be also another country soldiers who would be losing their life. And if peace prevails all over the world, and no war happens, there won't be this much of deaths of brave hearts, and their lives, they are no more for their family people, they are no more for their wives and children. One thing which I noticed when I went to the Chennai Second World War II, they have a cemetery in Chennai, and they have about some 800 soldiers who are buried there. They are all from different nations, not from, most of them are not from India. The reason is, when the civil war happened, the people who were on one group, they were their bodies, they won't be able to take it back to their nation, like Norway, Finland, so many other European countries, even some few from most from UK and few from US as well, and some from Latin American countries. They all have stepped in this war, fought for their nations, their allies, and they lost their lives. If you look at their ages, it's about 20 to 23. They are no more for their family members. Few of them would have been on their early married days. They may have a small child. Who will take care of them? And to avoid these kinds of losses, peace has to remain on the world. And let's say no to war, but it's every nation should be free, and there should be democracy, right for the people, human rights, and it should be a liberal country. And one words I remember from Mr. P. Chidambaram's speech, who was the ex-finance minister of India. He quoted that if he was asked to choose between liberty and life, he will deliberately choose liberty than life. So that's a kind of tragedy will be there if there is no liberty. So we all should be a free nation, and democracy should be the form of government in any country. And India follows multi-party democracy, whereas US follows two-people democracy. Only two parties can be there. Whereas in India, how many parties they want, they can frame based on some stipulations and guidelines given by the government. So that kind of multiple democracy, and right to speech, right to think, and right to publish, and right to communicate, or the basic communication things which are being questioned and challenged in many forms. But I do agree that we don't have the right to give a hate speech or hurt anyone by our speech. But the kind of punishment which are quoted in law is much higher, 3 years rigorous imprisonment. And if some speech goes wrong, then some calamity happens because of that. Not on all cases, some calamity. Why should just for someone speaks, others should beat him, kill him, all those? But anyhow, I will be very careful not to speak like that. Let's all be careful, and that's something which is being very important thing. Not only wars, even civil calamities leads to damage of property, and few lives are being killed there. So let's all stay in peace, not only with the other countries. Other countries, it's something the nation heads to think of. But on that also, we can be careful on when we choose our national leaders. And if we are all peace, there won't be any in-country wars, like civil disputes won't be there, so that there won't be any loss of lives. Let's all stay in peace. Let's accept each other, and let's accept each other's thought process. At least if we don't accept, we shouldn't hurt anyone. And if someone hurts also, we shouldn't take it very serious and physically abuse them, or even verbally. When two of them starts to abuse, that becomes a very big problem. Okay, friends, and also I have reached 2000 subscribers by this time. Thank you for all of you, because it's without you I wouldn't have achieved this much, and I have got my channel membership offering as well. So because of your support, so please press the thumbs up icon, press the subscribe button, press the share icon, whatever the social medias you see below, and whatever the logos you have account with, share it on those, so that this video will reach many, and I will get more popularized. We get a very less income from ad, and very few of them click on the join program and sponsor us and support us with their financially. So with that we have to run. So one thing very easily you can do is you can just click a share icon and share my video in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. If you have some trouble, like because of his speech some problem will happen, I have fish videos and all those. Only music will be there. You can share those videos. You can search as Joel John J, find my photo in the logo and click that channel. Or even if you click on my photo or name of my channel Joel John J below this video, you'll be able to get into my channel, and in that you have the videos tab. In that you can see all my videos and select whatever you want, like you like to share, and share it to others. I also have second World War cemetery videos on my YouTube. You can watch it by searching the videos in my channel list. Okay friends, it's time to say bye, and it's your Joel John J signing off from you. Bye.